We are these fields. We are these roots. We see the beauty in the everyday, with pride from where we came. We look ahead, to the places that pull us together, to the places that we call home. A new chapter begins now. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union is now Valley Strong Credit Union. Grow your possibilities. Visit valleystrong.com/grow to learn more.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Miramonte High School as the Miramonte Lions will take on the Tranquillity Tigers. Battle of the Cats. Kenny Calvin and Rick Van Horn. There we go. We had a little rock going, but we got Javier on producer-director duties. Miramonte will receive. This is a game that was supposed to feature Kern Valley versus Miramonte, but due to COVID precautions and issues that they've had, we got Tranquillity and Miramonte. So Coach Rick Van Horn, we got a squib kick and a surprise onside kick. Oh!
I think Miramonte came up with it, but hey, if you're Tranquillity and you got nothing to lose here, you brought 23 guys on the bus down here to big Bakersfield against these Miramonte Lions, and you're going to let it all hang out tonight.
Absolutely. They came with the quick surprise. Little sky onside kick. They almost got that, but it'll be 1st and 10 for Miramonte. 2 0-2 teams. Tranquillity, like Coach said, barely able to field 2 units with 23 guys. They're up for a tall task. 1st and 10. Power off the right-hand side immediately for Miramonte.
I was telling Javier before the game, I said we may be out of here quick tonight because this is 2 running teams.
You see us on the carry. Good 3 yards.
Miramonte, even though they're on 2, have only thrown the ball 26 times.
Wow.
And with quarterback Eddie Camarena, 11 for 26 for 151 yards.
Wow. I've also seen Casillas putting in work from a yardage standpoint, so we'll see who's the star tonight. 2nd and about 6. Oh, an amazing play by Tranquillity in the backfield.
Wow.
Great penetration.
Is on the end around.
Well, you brought up
in the backfield for a
Abraham
loss.
Casillas.
Ball's placed on the 45, 3rd and 10.
In 2 games, he's averaging 229 yards a game.
Coach, I saw those numbers. It brought back some memories of old days with some powerful running backs.
He's averaging 23 carries a game for 229 yards a game.
Wow. High octane. Shotgun spread set for Miramonte. It's going to be 3rd and long after that great play on 2nd down by Tranquillity. Pass is caught. Fighting for extra yardage, and that's going to be 4th and short.
Yeah, it's going to be short. That's
Camarena to Hernandez.
You know, you're looking at Miramonte, they've got some good-looking kids. You know, Casillas, he's a big kid. He's looks like he's about 6'1". Receivers out there. Number 10 led by Vic Hernandez, senior. Got 8 catches for 118 yards.
You know, Coach, we talked about the eye test that some of those players passed. As I was watching pregame warm-up, I saw a 6'5", 350 Anthony Romero out there.
Yeah. Number 99. When he comes in the game, you can't miss him.
Wow, yeah, he's the biggest guy on both sides. Looking like blindside.
Timeout called by Miramonte.
Timeout Miramonte trying to get organized with 4th and short. It's actually about 4th and a long, too. You know, so it'll be very interesting to see what they go with, Coach.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, we know Miramonte has been struck by the COVID bug one way or the other. Either their opponents have it or they've had it. And this is only their 3rd game, where most of the rest of the city is into their 5th game already.
Absolutely. 2 0-2 teams. It may have been the same thing happening on the Tranquillity side, and one of the reasons why they only travel 23 players as well.
That could be true, yes. Every district has a different guidelines for COVID, and they all deal with it differently.
So 4th and a long 2. They have it as 1 on the board, but Miramonte lining up, and we'll see if we see a hard count or if they're going to go for it. Oh!
Both ways.
Wow. And Miramonte line, and 10 out of 11 guys do a great job understanding what's happening, but our wide receiver out here is so anxious to block.
Well, it looks like they called offsides on Tranquillity, so
wow.
Number 10, Vic Hernandez, got a break there.
Offsides defense, 5-yard penalty.
Wow, so Miramonte dodges a blow because it looked like simultaneous movement. Nonetheless, 1st and 10 for the Lions. Oh, breaks the tackle. Amazing run, and now we see why he's averaging that 200-plus yards, because that was a great job evading that tackle in the backfield and then hitting that second gear.
Yeah. Tranquillity had a blitz on there. You saw both A-gaps covered. And, again, we talk about that. You know, when you want to blitz, that brings that. There's only 2 levels then when you blitz, and once you break those 2 levels, it's to the house.
Absolutely. He was probably 1 tackle away from getting out of there. 2nd and short. Heavy set for the Lions. They go toss sweep.
I think that, there he goes to the 5, goal, touchdown, Eddie, Abraham Casillas.
Right away, coach, and he gives the ball to fans on the back of the end zone. He's ready for star status already. Hey, when you're averaging 200 yards a game, you can go ahead and show out like that.
That's
Casillas.
right.
It was about 27-yard toss sweep. They stayed in that heavy set, but an amazing block by that wing and that H-back. That tight end blocked down, that H-back kicked out. That was an amazing setup.
Well, that drive started on about the 50-yard line there, so and Casillas carried every play except for the 1 pass, so he's going to be credited with about 40 yards rushing there.
Nice catch on the high snap by the holder. Some of the unsung things
Extra point is good.
that go into the game, and that's going to make it a 7-0 lead for the Lions. We'll be right back with more Kern High Network football right after this.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Miramonte Lions capitalizing on some great field position, go up 7-0 over Tranquillity. Oh, and now they go with the onside kick. Oh, 2 consecutive onside kicks. Where will you ever see it? At a game where the teams are 0-2.
That's right. That's right.
The Tigers,
I remember, for Miramonte, this is their homecoming game.
Right. We just saw the homecoming king get
1st and 10
crowned
Tigers.
at the beginning of the game and pregame. So they're a little pumped up. Got the burgundy on burgundy jerseys, hosting Tranquillity with an amazing running back in Abraham Casillas. 6 foot, 185 pounds. That's a big high school running back.
Yes, it is.
Pistol spread set for Tranquillity. Single high safety look for the Lions. Jet sweep around the right side. And oh, no, nowhere to go. Great penetration.
Well, we're going to talk about this all night. That looked like 55,
Number
but
10, Isaiah Lopez.
Isaiah Lopez took the jet sweep.
Brought down by number 33, Jaden Nieto.
33. What did I say? 55? All
Yeah.
right. I was pretty close.
Well, Coach, I mean, it's not your fault. You got your glasses on. They got the burgundy jerseys.
Yeah.
Jerseys. That's pretty hard to make out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try our best. 2nd and 14. They go with the ISO, and great job in the backfield once again by that defensive line and linebacker core of the Lions. And they look like they mean business, Coach.
Yeah, you know, for the first 2 games, they were led by their linebacker, number 50, Elias Martinez. He's been their leading tackler and their defensive leader.
One thing about Miramonte, they always play with a chip on their shoulder. I covered a couple of the games last year or a couple of years ago, and they had a running back in Oliver who had over 200 yards against a good Kern Valley team. So they always have a few diamonds in the rough. 3rd and long, they're rolling right. Tranquillity has a man, but he's pressured. Throws it late, and that's incomplete.
That's going to
brings up 4th down.
Going to bring up a 4th and about 14. You know, one thing that both these teams are going to have to contend with is this strong wind. You look at those 2 flags; they're straight up, and we get a. What do we get? Looks like a.
Would you say
southeastern
wind?
And this is the strongest wind I've seen this year.
Me and Vance had a pretty windy going last week. Ultimately, though, you're so high on that dammer deck, it doesn't affect the game down in the basin. So it's windy for us, but not for the teams. So that punt goes out of bounds. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions from the 37-yard line. And like Coach Van Horn said, you're not going to see a whole lot of passing out of the Lions when you have a great running back like Casillas. But ultimately, if you're able to push the ball down the field without throwing it anyway, it doesn't matter who's your running back.
That's right. That's right. And like we said, you know, if you were on the field and with this Miramonte team, they would pass the eye test. They've got some good size up front. This Casillas is a big kid. Receivers look good out there.
Absolutely. We had a good one in Arvin last night. Arvin was up 14-7. Looked like they were going to steamroll and then gave up 28 unanswered points to North High. They have some studs.
Wow.
Power to the 28 hole in Casillas.
Well, that's not Casillas there. That's number 12.
Wow. So who we got?
Miguel Laura.
Wow.
Carry Miguel Lara.
Wow, Miguel Laura, 5'6", 160-pound senior. So I don't know how I could get those 2 guys mixed up, but
he showed a little speed there.
Definitely had some speed. We'll have a timeout here, so we'll talk about last night's game.
Tranquillity.
Arvin up early, 14-7. After North High scores, they kick off again. Arvin fumbles. 1st and 10 for North High from the 22-yard line, and it was night from then on. They scored there, tied it up 14-14, stopped them 3 and out the next time, 21-14. Got an interception on a 40-yard pass attempt, 28-14. So it was a situation where Arvin had an opportunity to do something special with a roster full of sophomores. They had about 16 sophomores. We're doing very well early.
Wow.
But those couple mistakes put them so far behind the 8 ball in the first half, there was no looking back. Great job by the North High Stars.
North High is another team that's been struck by that COVID one way or the other.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Lions. They're in the I formation. They give it to the fullback for the first time, and that's an amazing cut.
Wow.
And he might be out of there across the 35, across the 10. And that's going to be a touchdown, Lions, but we do have some laundry, ladies and gentlemen.
Touchdown, Damian Cruz.
Yeah.
Wow. So we have a flag, Coach. I didn't see anything. Did you?
No. Number 15, Damian Cruz.
Wow.
Yeah. Flag on the play.
So that flag, we'll check with the white hat, and that's going to be holding inside. And that's very frustrating for a Miramonte coach who called a great fullback trap.
Miramonte.
But that may be why that hole was that big.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
But I'll tell you what, there's 3 running backs that Miramonte's got that all look pretty good.
Right. You see him eat up that angle, coach, and just take off. 2 Tranquillity defenders had the angle.
He was pumping those knees high. And
So now look at this right tackle for Miramonte. They have some huge size. I formation, 2 deep safety look for Tranquillity and a 40 even front. And there they go with the counter trap. Great play in the backfield by Tranquillity for a huge loss.
Looked like number 12, Miguel. Who did we say? Miguel Laura.
Miguel Laura brought down in the backfield. Brings up 2nd and long.
Well, you know, let me tell you, like I said, there's 104 teams that play football in the Central Valley. Tranquillity is ranked 103rd.
Wow.
Okay, but I tell you what, when I saw that and I said, "Oh no, what are we going to see?" I said, "These guys don't look like should be 103rd. They're actually
they're flying around.
They're flying around. Can stop Miramonte."
Oh, and pressure right away. Oh, makes one miss on the quick screen, makes another miss. Tackle after a great effort to get about 8. But, yeah, like you said, Coach, seeing them fly around in the first quarter, you can tell where they have a few guys that have a chip on their shoulder with some potential.
Yeah.
But one thing you know is it's hard to keep that level of intensity up when there's only 23 of you.
That's right. And you got to remember, Tranquillity took this game on short notice. We just got notified, Wednesday.
Right.
So that means Tranquillity was notified Wednesday and have basically a day to try to get ready to try to defend Miramonte.
Yeah, hats off to the coaching staff. Oh, and now you got a defensive line. It looks like Dominic Miramonte, the sophomore, jumps. And that's going to be some free yardage for the Lions.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Much more manageable for Miramonte. 3rd and 4 now.
3rd and 4 for the Lions. They come out in that ace spread set. Single high safety look for the Tranquillity Tigers. Lions, Tigers, and Bears, oh my. Now they're rolling left. Oh, and that was a nice pass, but just outside and incomplete.
It was. He had 2 receivers open. They were all on the same level. He had a little stick route there and a little pivot route to the outside. They were both wide open.
Right, and you run that play because you know you're going to go for it on this side of the field with this kind of field position at your opponent's 43. And the way you've been running the ball as the Lions, too. Why wouldn't you?
That's right.
4th and 3. And now you see the Tigers in a 2 deep safety look, and that pretty much guarantees a run if one of these safeties doesn't drop down. Let's see how much I know. Not much. They pass it. Oh, and it's almost picked off. And that's going to be turnover on downs. And how about Tranquillity with the huge stop?
Man, that looked like Anthony Echeverria.
Broken up by number 3, Anthony Echeverria.
Miramonte abandoning the strong running game after doing so well and going basketball on grass 2 plays in a row to blow the drive.
That's right. You know, they had 3rd and 4. They had 2 downs to gain 4 yards, and they elected to pass on both.
Nonetheless, how about Tranquillity getting the stop?
That was almost a pick 6 there.
It definitely was. Next time they'll listen to us and run it. 1st and 10, Tigers. Nice design on the naked boot for the quarterback. And that was a nice job on the run by Antolin Reynoso.
Antolin Reynoso.
Sophomore QB. They got a few sophomores making a difference over there.
Well, we always say you got to win on 1st down. You know, you got to get 5+ yards on 1st down, and they did that. They got about a long 5. They're almost 6 yards.
Absolutely, and when you're a team that's playing undermanned and outgunned, it's more of a chess match. You got to take those opportunities to catch your opponent off guard, and they did a great job on first down. 2nd and 5. Shotgun ace set in motion. Now you have a little end around, and he makes a great decision to stick his foot in the ground and get up the field, and that's going to be a first down. Tranquility on the end around.
Number 24, Dominguez, brought down by
little wing back end around there. Looked like number 24 for Tranquility.
Tigers first down.
Mateo Dominguez. He put his head down and took on about two Miramonte Lions there.
Absolutely. You got the last Lion getting up late. You know.
Oh, numbers. It looks like Laura that got the worst end of that.
Right, and Coach, you used to tell us something. Are you hurt or are you injured?
Yeah.
It looked like he was just hurt on that one, because that was a nice run on the inside for the first down by Tranquility. Speaking of Miramonte, we want to thank Principal Roman Aguilar, AP of Instruction Zachary McNinch, AP of Administration Jessica English, Dean of Students Ricky Ishida and Amber Pares, and Athletics Director Jose Valenzuela, and Activities Director Kathleen Buford. We have another timeout by the Lions, so that gives us an opportunity to thank our staff down at the Kern High Superintendents, Stan Green, our Kern High Network staff, and our Valley Strong Credit Union sponsors. We appreciate you guys. It's an honor and dream come true to do what we do. So, Coach, we got a 7-0 game. I think Miramonte just blew a huge opportunity with some poor play selection.
Yeah, you know, you don't want to mess around early. You want to get your points early, get that lead, and then you can kind of play with the chessboard, as we say.
Right. It seemed like they got a little too cute there. You know, you running play action pass with Drash behind it. Then you run a naked boot with the flood. Why are you doing that when you're averaging 6 yards per carry between the 3 running backs?
That's right. And one of them is averaging 229 yards a game. So,
and he didn't play last series.
You know, it's funny because at that one, they used one running back in that spread, and Miramonte's got 3 guys that are vying for quality time. So if you're Casillas, you don't want to be on that sideline because one of those guys may grab that job and keep it.
Right. 1st and 10 for Tranquility, jet motion. And they go with the end around again. Worked so nice, do it twice, but it didn't fool them that time. Amazing tackle for a 5-yard loss. He went to the well a little too much.
Brought down in the backfield by number 50, Elias Martinez.
All right.
Elias Martinez on the tackle.
We would have said something. They're on the far sideline, and we cannot read their numbers for anything the further they get away.
Right, and I definitely know I need glasses, but these new jersey designs aren't helping. 2nd and 15 for the Tigers. They're coming out in that trips open set with the pistol formation against a single high man look for the Lions. And Tranquility's going to pass. And that's going to be incomplete.
Kind of just threw that one away. Kind of the smart move there. He kind of rolls to the short side, gets bottled up. One receiver route. He had really nothing to do there, but throw it away.
Right, great decision. Gives yourself an opportunity to fight again. Live to fight another day. 3rd and long for the Tigers.
Well, they got the big boy in there, number 99, Anthony Romero for Miramonte.
Wow, this kid is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the top of the middle M. He's right there. Playing that 3 technique defensive tackle. Oh, and we got penetration, and he lets it fly, and that's going to be incomplete again. That defensive line of the Lions looking fantastic.
Vic Hernandez on the hurry, incomplete pass, brings up 4th down.
And I can imagine being that left tackle that just had to line up on big number 99, Anthony Romero. Left tackle for Tranquility is about 5'9". 185 pounds soaking wet.
That's right.
Lined up against 6'5", 350. They also have Rafael Gutierrez, who's 6'4", 335. These dudes. So the punt is off. Takes a Tiger bounce, and that's going to be a nice one.
Down about the 15-yard line. Tranquillity getting a nice roll on that that line drive punt.
Absolutely. Tranquillity certainly the underdogs. You don't want to give these guys a chance to stick around. It's 3:01 remaining to play in the first quarter. I actually expected a lot more points output from Miramonte based on watching pregame. But Tranquillity's doing a great job sticking around.
Yeah, they are.
1st and 10, Lions. They go back with that power. They must have heard us, Coach. Why are you passing it when you're averaging 7-8 yards a pop?
Abraham Casillas.
Casillas up the middle for about a 6-yard gain.
In for his second series.
You know, we live in a time where everybody's fell in love with the shotgun spread, RPO stuff. I love seeing classic pro football.
Yeah. You know, we've seen that. Miramonte's doing it a little bit. Bakersfield High did it a little bit.
It's not very fan-friendly, but it's effective. They go back with that fullback dive. Fullback trap, I should say.
Damian Cruz.
Cruz is a little upset. They took that last touchdown away.
15 up the middle for a
Casillas is coming out of the game.
It looks like Casillas may be hobbled a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
You see him kind of stretching? Definitely may be some issues that we are not aware of. Nonetheless, 1st and 10 for the Lions. They're in that tight wing set now. That's going to be a jet sweep. Oh, and a nice tackle by Tranquillity, defensive back.
Max Torres.
Max Torres, one of the smallest guys on the field, Coach. Senior quarterback and defensive back, laid the wood right there. Tackle for no gains. That's going to be up 2nd and 10.
Well, I tell you what, Casillas better not be hurt too long, because the way Cruz and Laura are running the ball, he may not get his job back.
Twins left, I formation, 2 deep safety look for the Tigers. They're bringing pressure. Oh, and that's thrown behind him, and that's incomplete.
Camarina's pass incomplete, brings up 3rd and 10.
Camarilla looks like he's got a nice little arm there, a little quick release. Almost looks like a baseball shortstop there. Much like the kid we saw for Central a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. And he missed on some throws, but he was definitely very efficient in that intermediate range.
Yeah.
Spread ace set for the Lions. 3rd and 10. And Tranquillity playing some solid defense. Nice pass on the post and catch, and he's still on his feet.
Looks like Hernandez there.
Camarena over the middle to Victor
Amazing
Hernandez
pass off his
Miramonte,
back foot. You
down.
definitely don't want to teach it like that, but he put it right where it needed to go, and that's a beautiful pass for a 1st down for the Lions. Heading south.
Heading south with the 1st down. We talk about you got to be able to throw between the hashes in that spread, and that was exactly what you see on Saturday and Sunday. A la Baker Mayfield there, right up the hash.
That looked beautiful, but that catch was amazing because he was actually between 2 players. 1st and 10 for the Lions. They go ISO, and that's an amazing job by the offensive line. Still running and still on his feet. Finally tackled down at the 20.
Strong run by Miguel Lara brings up another Miramonte 1st down.
Miguel Laura on the carry.
Senior 5'6", 160. He runs with an attitude, I tell you.
Yes, he does. You wouldn't be able to tell he was only 5'6" by the way he runs. I formation for the Lions, and they're going quick. Oh, an amazing play in the backfield. How about that? This defensive lineman is bringing the heat.
Guess when we're popping Laura up.
Dominique Miramonte with the amazing play in the backfield. Huge big-time play, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter with Miramonte up 7 over Tranquillity's 0. We'll be back with more Kern High Network football action right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, calling all women.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years.
Welcome back to Kern High Network Football, live from Miramonte High School. Miramonte charging right now. And they have a 1st and 10, it looks, or a 2nd and about 12. Now we have movement.
Now I think this one's going to be on Miramonte.
It goes back to what we talked about, Coach. You got all this talent, but now we're probably seeing why you're still 0-2. No matter how much talent you have, these small mistakes can keep you from finishing drives, and that's kind of what I'm seeing.
Miramonte started off the season with a loss to Shafter, a good Shafter team, 40-7. And then they had a high-scoring affair with Arvin, losing 54-35.
Wow. Told you Arvin had some talent. You can put up 54 points. And now they go right back to that ISO, and he's all the way across the 5, dragging him across the goal line or across the 5-yard line. And that's going to be first and goal from the 5.
For another Miramonte first down.
Boy, Laura looks good when he runs, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, and he's getting those yards, the hard yards, in between the tackles.
Yeah.
You're usually not sending your 5'6", 160-pound tailback on an ISO between the defensive tackles, but he's tough. First and goal for the Lions. They go back to that power. It's worked so well. And he stopped just short. And that'll be 2nd and goal from the half-yard line. So I said that he crossing the 5 on that last run. I actually have this tarp in front of us, so if I'm bent down, I can't see the numbers. But nonetheless, it's going to be 2nd and goal for the Lions. And that offensive line is doing a great job when they're not false starting. I formation. Tranquility getting some penetration. But that is going to be in.
Touchdown, Miramonte.
For the touchdown,
for
right?
Miramonte.
You notice they're running on the right side, right behind your big boy.
12,
Your other big boy, 78, Rafael Gutierrez, the 6'4", 335-pounder on that right side.
Great job by that offensive line. We talked about how powerful they are, and they got 2 guys that are NFL prototypes doing a fantastic job pushing the pile. 10:43 to play. Miramonte has went up 13-0, looking for an extra point.
You know, 2 series ago, they had the 2 big boys right next to each other on the right side.
And that kick is up. The kick is good, and that'll be 14-0 for the Lions.
14-0.
So, Coach, you see some potential
Miramonte.
out of these guys when they're not shooting themselves in the pinky toe with those false starts.
Yeah, and they get They get the luxury of having one more tune-up game next week against California City before they start league against the East High Blades, Highland Scotsmen, and South High Rebel or Spartans.
We were laughing last night because Ben said he had South High last week and rebelled it up about 5 times. So you won up on me tonight, Coach. Every week we're going to have to deal with that. And while we're speaking about the Rebel Spartan family, I definitely have to take time to send a special shout out and prayers to the Ellis family, as the father of King and Prince Ellis, my good friend LaKendrick Dion Ellis, who I would talk to before games and pump him up about his kids. He passed away of natural causes this week. It was a heartbreaker for the community. And I'm in tears as I just reflect on what they meant to South High. He was a South High basketball player. You know, so one love from us in Kern High Network for the Ellis family, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Onside
Definitely.
kick attempt.
Oh, man.
Recovered by Andres
We love you, Dion.
De Dios from Tranquillity. 1st and 10, Tigers.
Well, that's the third onside kick we've seen in less than a quarter and a half.
Right, and if you're the Lions, you got to wonder why you're doing that, unless you've seen some film we haven't seen in the last 24 hours.
Well, if the kicking the PATs are any indication, it looks like Miramonte's got a fairly good kicker.
Right, so you wonder why they're giving this amazing field position to this undermatched team. But nonetheless, pistol formation, spread set for the Tigers. Now we have another timeout.
Tranquillity.
Tranquillity.
Yeah.
So we'll take a quick break with 10:39 to play in this second quarter and be right back after this.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After.
All right, we are back at Miramonte. To try to capitalize on some great field position after the third onside kick that we've seen. And now we got a QB sweep. And he looked like he's running in slow motion. He's going to lose a yard as that defense for the Lions continuing to pursue very well.
Not a bad job by cornerback Aiden Perez from Miramonte. Looks like he was going to lose contain there for a minute, but he got on his horse and ended up running the play lateral down the red line right out of bounds.
Yeah, and that didn't look like a well-designed play from the Tranquillity Tigers as you fake that RPO dive, but when you release your quarterback out there on a sweep, there's nobody pulling to lead the way.
Yeah, it was almost like a naked boot.
Trips open set. Pistol formation against a single high man look for the Lions. Now they go with the sweep.
Oh,
and no, we got a
pitch
pass. Wide open. Oh, and it's dropped. Amazing play call. Dialed up the right call. Pretty nice pass by the running back.
It was.
And just not enough wheels
Well,
for
you know,
that wide out.
and he's throwing with the wind, so, and that's a pretty strong wind. So he gets it up, and that wind is going to carry a little bit.
Right. But, Coach, I got to tell you, when you're running a 4.9, it's going to be kind of hard to get there.
Well, you might be a 4.85 with you're running with a strong wind there. So,
oh, now the little man gonna be looking for me to show me his 40 time after the game. Pistol spread set for the Tigers. They roll right and got pressure by the Lions, but great job scrambling. He's ready for his life, and that's gonna be a sack.
good recovery by the Miramonte defense. get back over. It looked like he was going to roll right here, and then ended up all the way on the left sideline. Miramonte did a good job not letting him get upfield. In fact, that was a no gain right there.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, this Miramonte defense is flying around. Yeah, they're playing Tranquillity, but they still getting 6-7 hats to the ball.
That's right.
I don't care what you got in personnel-wise. If I can see 6 or 7 hats to the ball every snap, I'm feeling pretty good about my defense. Tranquillity back to punt, 4th and 10. Lions defense steps up again.
Casillas and Hernandez deep. Looks like it's going to be Hernandez. Yep.
And that's going to trickle out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. So Miramonte starting to build some confidence with 9:20 to play. We thought that the first quarter would be, or the first half would be pretty much eradicated by 2 running teams, but Miramonte's defensive line doing such a great job inside. Tranquillity not able to run the ball much.
Yeah, they're having to probably throw it a little bit more than they wanted to. Tranquillity started out the year in McFarland, losing 18 to 8, and then they went to Farmersville and lost 14 to zip. So,
you know, but like we said, Coach, if we look over there at that sideline as we get movement by the Lions, they only have, let's count them, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12 players on their bench and 11 on the field. So basically you got a bunch of guys playing Ironman football.
Yeah, 23 guys.
Gassed.
And Miramonte may be one of the best teams that Tranquillity plays. They do play Yosemite, who's year in, year out pretty tough. They do have to travel to Dos Palos, who's always tough. Next week they're in Yosemite, and then they have to travel to Morro Bay.
No, the size of this offensive line and personnel that Miramonte has can be very intimidating, too, to a young team and an inexperienced team. And that looks like what's happening now as they run that power right through the right side. More of a toss sweep and get 7 more yards on the first down.
The outside for a solid gain. Ball's placed.
And if you weren't with us earlier, Miramonte had a drive where they went a couple of plays where they went past on consecutive downs and had to turn it over on downs. Me and Coach Van Horn were basically saying they're running the football so well, they will probably be up 28-0 at this point if they hadn't thrown those 2 passes. Heavy set for the Lions. They go with that fullback trap, and that was nicely designed. That's going to be a first down across the 40-yard line for the Lions.
Carry for a Miramonte first down.
That was actually Damian Cruz, the fullback. But he's a good changeup from Cruz and Casillas. Now you give him that. You got that trap threat that he actually runs like a tailback when he gets that ball.
Right, because they're running so much toss sweep and power that way that trap is a great asset to that design. And they go with the jet sweep now. Great penetration by the Tigers.
Hernandez on the jet sweep for no gain. Brings up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the Lions. Tranquillity's defense, though undermanned and undersized, continues to fight with that front 7, Coach V.
It does. And like we said, you know, they wouldn't pass the eye test in probably a Jack Frost team around here, but they're playing tough football against Miramonte.
Absolutely. And that's kudos to the coaching staff getting them ready. And that's, as we say it, the defensive line continuing to play strong football. Yeah. And even
down in the backfield by
being courteous and trying to help him up after he stopped him for a 3-yard loss.
That's a 3rd negative play for the Miramonte offense, and I know Coach Johnson's not going to be happy with that.
Yeah, and it's a testament to what we were talking about. You have an undermanned, undersized Tranquillity team, 0-2, still fighting their hearts out against some very talented offensive players. And now Miramonte going under center with that ace spread set. And the Tigers got penetration. He tried that seam route, and that's going to be incomplete based on that pressure of that defensive line.
4th and 11.
Amazing job by Tranquillity's defensive line. And, we're talking about the size of this Miramonte Lions team. They definitely have some size in those defensive tackles.
Yeah.
Of the Tigers. I want to say that's big Dominique Viramontes. They don't have any weight listed, but I can tell you he hasn't missed many meals. He's playing that 3 technique defensive tackle on this right side. And that's a high snap to the punter. Oh, and Tranquillity with the – and you got a late flag. You wonder if they're going to hit him for the
horse collar.
Yeah.
Punter brought down.
Oh, and so unfortunate as Tranquillity makes an amazing play on a 4th down high snap. Punter trying to get outside. And let's see what they're going to call. And that's going to be a face mask, but it may be the 5-yard variety because we didn't see the personal foul on that. So that might be added to the end of the run, but not result in an opportunity for Tranquillity to take advantage of that field position. They're going to re-punt. So Tranquillity blows a huge opportunity after that horse collar tackle. Now Miramonte gets an opportunity to punt. Let's see if the long snapper can get it together. 4th and long. That's a shank. Shawshank Redemption for about let's see if that's about, they gave him some love.
Well, now they're taking the love away. Yeah.
Ain't no love in the heart of the city. That was about a 15-yard Shawshank Redemption by Miramonte after they blew the opportunity to take advantage of that horse collar play, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line for the Tigers.
You notice that punter was only about 8 yards deep, and you do what you have to do if your long snapper can't snap it to 15.
Right.
And so you just keep moving him up, and you kind of gauge to where that long snapper can get it to you.
He's going to be under center before the night over. 1st and 10 by the Tigers, and they bobbled a snap. And now he's running for his life. Huge hit, and that's going to be a 12-yard loss, and they can tack that on to the end of that shake punt.
Lions brings up 2nd and long.
Well, you talk about Miramonte had 5 Lions around the ball that time.
Right, and they've done it every time, and that's one of the things that, we're former defensive players, defensive coaches. Nothing excites us like seeing guys give maximum effort. I will take an effort guy over a talent guy any day of the week because my effort guy is going to follow my directions and get where he need to be. Talent guy thinks he's too talented to listen sometimes. Huge play in the backfield, and that's a huge sack. And how about that defensive line right on key?
Big sack on the play by Elias Martinez.
Elias Martinez, number 50, the middle linebacker, 5'10", 225 pounds. He don't got the C on his chest for nothing. And here you see big Anthony Romero coming off the field. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like taking this kid on a recruiting trip somewhere. 6'5", 350 pounds, and he's a junior. Trips open set for Tranquillity. Now they run that power to the left side, and there's just nowhere to go.
That's going to bring up a 4th down, 4th and about
Max
30.
Takes the pitch for a short gain.
And other than that pitch pass that we saw that was nearly called for a touchdown, it's been a struggle for Tranquillity.
It has
on the
been. You know,
offensive side.
we thought it would be. Not knowing too much about Tranquillity, just reading the press clippings and then reading the rankings. So we thought they were going to have trouble with Miramonte, but you know, and as the game goes along, Miramonte's going to lean on them, wear on them. So those 23 guys are going to be pretty tired at the end of this fourth quarter.
Absolutely. You're starting to see some of that fatigue right now. Oh, and he touched that. Tranquillity's on it. 1st and 10. Tranquillity, after he gambles, the Miramonte punt returner gambles, and he pats his chest and says, my bad. Yeah, we know. 1st and 10. Tranquillity with 3:21 to play in the first half. Coach, we got a wild one.
Coach,
and he about to get chewed out.
No, somebody is. Look at Coach Johnson. Took off the hat and headgear.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you're a punt returner, you've been back there, and you're facing a team like Tranquillity. What do you want to field that ball?
Yeah, you want to get
chance.
your hands on it. Yeah, because you know if I get my hands on it, I'm to the house.
That's right.
But, hey, sometimes those gambles don't pay off.
Yeah.
I had 1 month in college, Coach. 1 month my whole college career. It was because I was licking at the chops, ready to take this to the house. We up 25. The body language on the other side, they don't want to tackle me no way.
Yeah.
I'm so excited, ready to run it to the house, right through the arms.
Yeah.
Got to concentrate on getting the ball before you do anything, ladies and gentlemen.
And that was just a matter of Hernandez being just a little over anxious to get that ball and get down the field.
Yeah, so Tranquillity, another opportunity. Here we are, 14-0 with 3:21 to play. Let's see if they can take advantage of that. They went backwards on 4 straight snaps. After that last possession, we'll see if Coach can dial something up. 1st and 10. They run that ISO right through the A gap.
Right,
and he loses it as it fumbles right back, and that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions. Wow.
On the play, recovered by Miramonte.
Talk about drama.
Lions.
That was actually going to be Tranquillity's best run play there after about 8 yards. He gave it up.
Well, one of my favorite things to do as a defender was tell my coach after our offense turned it over, Coach, watch this, 1 and out. They did that. 1 and out for the Lions. And get the ball right back.
I don't know if they went up and told Coach Johnson that, though, with the way he was heated after that last fumble.
Yes, he was, and that's the best way to cool him off is a 1 and out. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Tranquillity blowing a huge opportunity, giving the ball right back, and Miramonte right back to that ground game. And how about this defensive line of Tranquillity? Jeez Louise. Team captain.
Stood Casillas up on his
Ladies and
feet and
gentlemen,
then
if
put
you
him
have
right
a
back on his
Kern
back.
Toyota Camry with Cali built across the windshield, your lights are on.
Gustavo Santos, the team captain for Tranquillity, is balling out of control. 2:47 remaining in the play. We're at Miramonte High School. Special thanks to the Miramonte administration for hosting us tonight. This is a beautiful stadium. So now we got a bootleg. Oh, and that's a nice dart, but just a bit high, and that's going to be incomplete. But like you said, Coach, I love that release that he had.
He's got to work on his accuracy there, but, you know, because he's getting the ball there, but just behind the receiver, too high.
So a little
low.
work to do. Yeah, a little work to do, but he got some potential. That has some zip on it, too. 2:30 to play. Miramonte up 14-0, looking to try to capitalize on a 1-and-out turnover after they turned it over. 3rd and 10, though. Now they're in that ace spread set against a 2-deep safety look for the Tigers, and this Tigers defense has played pretty well, and they're calling these timeouts because, hey, make sure you're organized. This is a huge 3rd down opportunity for a team that came in here on a day's notice.
Yeah. Well, you're also doing that. You got 23 guys, and you see your guys start breathing hard, bent over. You might want to give them a break. Some of those guys haven't been off the field.
Right. Spoken like a true general.
And we've only got 2:30 left in this second quarter. We talked about it going fast.
Right. And this is the first half that's really operating under an hour. So, Coach, you're really accurate as far as how you talked about how fast this game was going to go from the Lions running the football.
Yeah. And, with 2:30 left, you've got plenty of time to, you probably can get 8 plays, 9 plays in. You've got Casillas in there. You don't want to totally junk the run here because you're getting big chunks on run plays.
Right. They're averaging easily 6 yards a carry. That's an offense. And now they're going to pass, and this is their second straight pass, Coach, and that's a huge drop because it hit him right in the hands, and he's taking some chances.
And you know what? I don't think that was intended for that receiver. I think he was hitting a deeper dig right behind that.
But that vertical leap of that receiver, he went up and got that. That was an amazing effort to try to get up. But like you said, that may have been intended for the receiver on a deeper crossing route. And that's going to be another fourth down for the Lions.
Well, you didn't want to give Miramonte didn't want to give the ball back with 2 minutes left. And well, they get a charity bounce there.
Nice bounce, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Tranquillity. Offense hasn't been their best friend tonight.
1st and 10, Tranquillity.
You try to throw the football, you don't have time, you're getting sacked left and right. Then you try to say, hey, guys, all right, well, let's simplify the game, and you run an ISO, and your running back fumbles the ball on the first carry. So as a coach, you're like, Jesus Christ, guys, what do I do?
Yeah. If you're Tranquillity here, you might just want to find a way to run that clock out. Even though there's 2:14 left, Miramonte's got 1 timeout left. If you go into halftime at 14 zip, that's kind of a moral victory for Tranquillity.
Absolutely, and if I were them, I would go right back to the same recipe that they had last drive and just try to run the football. But no, they're going to try to pass it, and I told you why they shouldn't, because that's going to be a fumble out of bounds. But as you see, every time they drop back to pass it at all, there's a Lion in the backfield.
Max Torres.
I was wrong earlier. I wasn't wrong then.
Ball came loose on the play.
Well, they always say when you throw the ball, there's 3 things can go wrong and 3 things that can happen. 2 of them are wrong, incomplete interception. But actually, there's 4 things that can go wrong. You can get sacked.
Right. 5 if you lose it.
Yeah. So if you come out throwing, you might give Miramonte the ball back.
And it's 2nd down. They still have 1 on the box, ladies and gentlemen, but that's a 2nd and 12. And now they're saved by the officials. And that's going to be a false start as we have movement by Tranquillity, but that might have been a benefit for them because that play was going nowhere.
Replay 2nd down.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. That'll bring up a 2nd and 17. And this last 3 minutes is taking forever.
And Tranquillity's going the wrong way.
Right, and that's been consecutive drives where they just been going backwards. But, hey, you got to give credit where credit is due. This defensive line of the Lions is playing pretty fantastic, and I haven't seen a run other than the fumble over 5 yards. And there was big Romero on the play. I love seeing him trot off the field, giving him opportunities to get his nose wet.
Brings up
and I don't know if Tranquillity's completed a pass yet.
I don't think they've completed a pass. I think they had a run for a 1st down. But like we said, every time they drop back to pass it, they're going backwards.
Well, Miramonte is going to have a chance to get the ball back here.
Right now they're in that 40 even set again with a single high safety. And a nice catch on that snap. And now they throw the fade, and he has a step. But that's going to be incomplete, and that brings up another 4th down for Tranquillity. But that was a nice shot, as they did have a step.
A nice shot, but what it does is stops the clock and gives Miramonte time now. They got a minute 12 here left on the clock.
Absolutely
so that whole
right.
drive there took less than 50 seconds that Tranquillity had the ball.
Right, 48 seconds to be exact, because it was 2 minutes on the clock when they got the ball. And that's like we said, you know, in some of our earlier games. Sometimes you can't panic and just start dropping back 3 times in a row and trying to pass the football to get back into a football game.
That's right.
It's chess, not checkers. So we got a punt. Let's see if he makes the right decision this time.
He's getting that roll.
Look, he picks it up this time. He makes one miss, and that's why he wanted it, because he's trying to make some boys miss. But that's great coverage by Tranquillity. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Lions with 56 seconds left to play in the first half. Special thanks to the Miramonte High administration, Roman Aguilar, Zachary McNinch, Jessica English, Ricky Ishida, Amber Paredes, Jose Valenzuela, Kathleen Buford, and the rest of the Miramonte staff. So 56 seconds to play. Miramonte at the 20. They're going to be in 2-minute offense. You got some deep safeties for Tranquillity. And they go with the swing route outside. Uh-oh. Cross the 25. And that's going to be out of bounds at the 31-yard line for Casillas.
Good for a
Boy, it looks like Casillas is limping a little bit there after he caught that ball.
Yeah, and it may be a quad issue, Coach, because I did see him doing that old quad stretch. Because that would be the only reason I'm not keeping this kid out here.
Yeah.
More. He's a threat to go every time. But he is limping around. But that will be a 1st and 10 for the Lions, and they do a great job getting some yardage.
You might see another swing pass to Laura out to the right side here.
And that's exactly what the route looks like, but they're going the opposite way, and that might be – oh, and it's caught. Amazing catch, because that was some great defense.
Camarina to Vic Hernandez over the middle.
And Vic Hernandez
first down.
Makes a great catch on the post corner route, as that safety was all over that.
Yeah. It was a much better catch than it was a throw.
Now they're in that hurry up. 32 seconds to play. They still haven't got the chain set.
Oh.
That's going to stop the clock with an incomplete pass, which may actually work for them.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
That's what you want to do. A kid like Laura that has got a good open field runner, you want to get him out and get him the ball out in space. Let him do his thing.
All right, Coach, and it definitely is a safer throw than some of the other throws that they've thrown down the field into traffic. You know, throw it behind the line of scrimmage, give your opportunity, or running backs opportunity to make plays with their legs.
Quarterback's got to sell that just a little bit better. He caught it, looked right at Laura right away, and, of course, that draws the defense there.
Ace spread set for Miramonte, and they throw the pop pass to the tight end. And that's a nice catch, but that clock is still running with 18 seconds left. And we'll see if they try to spike it, but it is going to be 3rd down, I believe. So that gives them one more shot from the 40-yard line with 9.7 seconds in the first half. So definitely want to thank our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union, our staff at the Kern High Network and the Kern High Superintendents, but my main man, most men of all, quarterback of the 1988 National Champs, my man Stan Green. You know, I talked to Stan so much over the pandemic, just trying to figure out what was happening, how are things going to transition, man. He does so much for so many people. You know, I appreciate you, Stan.
All right, got 4th and 4 with 9 seconds left.
Oh, and they go at the quick out, and it's caught. Great design to get a few more yards.
Hernandez for a quick pass on the left side. Good for
on the quick out, and Hernandez gets out of bounds. And I seriously doubt if they're going to try to kick it. But like you said, Coach, they do have a nice kicker. It would be a nice opportunity to try to give them a shot for this. What did you say? It's about 48 yards? They're not going to do it.
Yeah, you know, the other thing, you've got the Hail Mary here because you've got them tall receivers. The only bad thing is now you're going to be thrown into that wind.
All right, so now they're going back in that ace formation. The shotgun setting. This will more than likely be the last play of the half. Oh, and you got encroachment, and wow, talk about blowing it. Tranquillity giving them another 5 yards.
Against the Tigers.
And hey, if this was back in our day with the drillers, we were just seeing Robert Neese or Brian Walker out there to go ahead and put that through the uprights.
Well, we're talking about field goal. Here we go. So I gave him 5 yards closer. So whoever jumped off sides and he makes this will be on you.
Absolutely. And I love to see young kickers get opportunities like this because, hey, it's early in the season. It's non-league play. You want to give these guys opportunity to try to get some real game action. Snap is up, kick is up, and that is going to be short. And the clock didn't run at all. But we're going to assume that is the end of the half, ladies and gentlemen. And they're saying wind it on out, and that will be the end of the first half with the Miramonte Lions up over the Tranquillity Tigers, 14-0.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, it's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses. Having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield
that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses. Having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
I was shearing my lamb for fair. I have 2 lambs.
This lamb is stubborn.
Taking care of animals is you feed them twice a day, make sure they have water, walk them, make sure they're ready for fair.
Vet science is the first year before you can actually go into animal science, and it's a lot of like hands-on with the different animals, and you get to learn different things such as giving shots, castrating, all that fun stuff. For me, wanting to be a vet when I'm older, it helped prepares me. All the stuff that I'm learning in ag is definitely going to help me.
I'm in ag communications. Anything that you see on the Facebook page is what we do, and pictures, and we do all the posters that are around campus, anything that just promotes ag.
Our students are all part of the FFA organization, and through that we have a chapter officer team. We do monthly chapter meetings because we're trying to get them involved outside of class so they can find something that they're interested in, and they need something that's going to hook them so that they're ready for life after high school.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems and
All right, welcome back to Kern High Network Football. Miramonte Lions up 14 over Tranquillity 0. And Miramonte going with another onside kick, and that's touched.
They might have it. That's our fourth onside kick we've seen this game, and it looks like they finally get one.
Oh, my goodness. Miramonte Lions coming out with their third onside kick of the game, and they finally get one. I've never seen this before in my life.
All I saw was Coach Johnson recovered the onside, and it looks like he was chewing some butt there. I don't know. I've never seen a
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Coach not happy recovering a fumble.
Well, I mean, in Tranquillity, you've played such a good game on defense. You just haven't had an opportunity to get anything going. And I guess Tranquillity does keep possession of the football. We had an official point the Miramonte way.
Yeah,
but they'll have it. 1st and 10. Also, they go with that ISO and nothing doing.
Big 77 there.
All right, so we apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I looked at the field. The official pointed Miramonte's possession. I looked at the clock, looked down at the rosters, and Tranquillity came out on offense. So I can't explain to you exactly what happened. But it'll be 2nd and 13 for the Tigers.
That tackle was made by 77 for Miramonte, but he's not on the roster.
Yeah, Miramonte has some big boys in that interior.
They do, and this whole second quarter now, starting the third, Tranquillity has been going backwards. They probably have negative yards total offense.
I'm going to guarantee that they have negative yards total offense. And that is their first pass completion of the game.
I don't think he fumbled it or he.
Line of scrimmage brings up
they're going to call it incomplete.
Oh, and that's going to be incomplete. We tried to give them a little love. It's been an uphill battle for Tranquillity. But like we said, they took this game on short notice. They traveled with 23 players, and they're only down 14-0. They've played some fantastic defense and tough football for being an undersized, undermanned team taking a game on short notice.
They sure have, and especially a power-based team like Miramonte lines up in the eye, and they just kind of play smash mouth at you.
Yeah, they've done a good job of that with 3 different running backs on offense. 3rd and long for Tranquillity, and they're doing that rollout naked boot, and I don't know if that's going to be a successful play as they lose about 17 yards on that naked boot, and they might want to get that play out of the playbook because they've been stopped on that play about 7 times.
Yeah, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 25 here.
Wow. Talk about going backwards. So 3 consecutive drives straight backwards.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is they got the wind to the back, and this punter's going to have a great advantage here with this wind because it's picking up again.
Well, let's see if we can finally get a clean catch from a punt returner. And it's going to be tough with those rugby-style kicks, and that's only about a 25-yard punt for the Tigers. So we have a couple of games going on our Kern High Network broadcast. You have Frontier at Liberty.
No, Independence.
Or
right?
Frontier at Independence.
Liberty actually plays tomorrow against Bishop Diego. They were scheduled to play Chaminade. Chaminade, COVID circumstances. They were lucky to pick up Bishop Diego, but Bishop Diego is pretty good. They beat Garces last week, pretty good, 34-14, I believe.
So the Lions coming back out in that I formation. It's been pretty successful, but they go for no gain on that play. And I definitely got to tell you guys, this defensive line for the Tranquillity football team has been their heart and soul, and the only reason they're still in this football game, trailing by only 2 scores. 2nd and 8. I talked about earlier how I love seeing traditional power football, and sometimes when you don't have many skilled players, playing old-fashioned football is the best recipe, but they get stuffed on that fullback trap, and they finally figured that trap out, Coach.
Yeah, that's 2 plays in a row where Miramonte offense has got nothing against that Tranquility defense.
And now we have a timeout on the field. It gives us the opportunity to thank our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union, as well as our staff at the Kern High Network and Kern High Superintendents, our boss Stan Green. Definitely want to say a special thanks to the administration here at Miramonte High School, Principal Roman Aguilar, AP of Instruction Zachary McNinch, AP of Administration Jessica English, Dean of Students Ricky Ishida, Dean of Students Amber Paredes, Athletics Director Josue Valenzuela, and Activities Director Kathleen Buford. Beautiful stadium you guys have here, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. The grass looks great, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
They got the checkerboards on the end zone and the big MM right out in the middle.
Looking like the home of Matt Leinert.
I was just going to say that. It looks much like the modern day insignia. All right, we got a 3rd and 9 here with a stiff wind right in your face. So,
and Tranquility has done a great job getting some pressure as well. So if the Lions are going to try to pass this, could turn into an opportunity for the defense. Oh, we have movement. Look like simultaneous movement, but they're going to call that on that left tackle, and that definitely isn't going to make the coach happy.
No, he's going to have some words. He's taking 74 out. He's going to give him some words of wisdom there.
.03 remaining to play in the 3rd quarter. Miramonte trying to capitalize on the 2-touchdown lead. They've done a fantastic job running the football. And now we got a ghost balloon trying to help out Tranquility on defense. Let's see if it can D up better than this secondary has. And they go with that bubble screen, low throw, and that's going to be incomplete. So that's going to bring up 4th and long, and Miramonte sending their punter, Jonathan Chavez, out, and another stop by the Tranquility defense.
Yeah, he's had a tough night putting the ball tonight, Miramonte, and with this stiff wind right in his face.
And he is only 7 yards deep, and they
run
running fake. Oh, it isn't picked. It's intercepted by Tranquility. Miramonte tries to go with the punt fake, and that's D'd up, and our Tranquility defense is balling. See you next time. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We might see you up here working with us one day.